Yeah, okay, I'm done. Hola! I did it again! I was unprepared, so what do I do when I'm not prepared? I do a haul video. And this is the first haul of 2021. This time I got all of these, as most of the time, from CD Japan. So what's in the box? Do people still make this joke? As always, this is completely unscripted, so if I just keep on rambling about stuff, I'm sorry. Fix it in post. So the first thing I bought is Jigokuraku, or Hell's Paradise, I think is the English title. Oh, this shit is still on. No, stop it. And this is getting an anime adaptation, I think, so this is gonna be pretty popular, I think. Everyone who read this loved it, and I like it too. I'm not very far into the story. I only read like, I think 30 chapters or something, but it's really interesting, I think, and beautiful. Up next is Ninja to Gokudou. And I made a video on this already. I'll link it below if you want to see it. And this is the one where I said it looks like BL, but it's actually about the war between ninja and the Yakuza. And it's just, I love this manga. It's so ridiculous and so funny. I really recommend it. Up next we have another very, very famous manga. It's called Kingdom. And I don't know why I decided to start a new long-ass series when I'm reading a bunch of other stuff already. But I have to say at this point that I placed this order accidentally. And sometimes, you know, I put a whole lot of stuff into my cart that I don't, just to see how much it would cost if I bought it right now. But I don't actually plan on buying it yet, so and I think this doesn't have an English release, an official one, but I guess people read the scans, but in Japan at least that's very popular. So can't wait to find out what's happening. But I have to say the style is not really my thing, but I mean, I guess the story must be awesome. We'll see. If you read it, tell me what you think. Another very long series, which I know I'm not even gonna start reading properly except for the first volume now that I have it, is Bleach. Yeah, I have never read Bleach. I don't even really know what it's about. I think he does like exorcisms or something like that. I think he is like a ghost hunter or something like that. I'm not really sure, to be honest. But yeah, the art looks pretty great, so I even know that most people hate the Aizen arc, so we'll see. And then there's a bunch of volumes of Blue Giant Supreme, which is the sequel of Blue Giant, and it's a story about a jazz musician, and I think this manga is pretty famous already, so I don't really have to get into it. This actually my boyfriend's, I just ordered it with my stuff. Next in the box is Chainsaw Man Volume 10. And I think, is it complete now, or is it 11 volumes? I'm not even sure. Yep, it's the final one. Looks great as always, if you ask me. I'll have to read Fire Punch next. Up next, I can't wait to read this. It's the new work of Matsuda Daruma, who also did Kasane, which is a great manga that I will do a video on. And this one's called Taiyou to Tsuki no hagane, and it looks like this. If you read Kasane, then you already know how great the covers always look. It's just so beautiful. Now, I have no idea what the story is about, but like knowing the author, it's probably gonna be very psychological and dramatic. I'll keep you updated. Then I also got Yotsuba Volume 2, and Yotsuba is just nice, you know? I don't think everybody hates this who read it, so it's just one of the stories that are so wholesome and good that you can't help love it. And by the way, this is also always the first manga I recommend to people who actually just started learning Japanese and want to know what's an easier story to get into to start reading. And I always recommend anything that is set in the real world, always. So that's pretty good. Anything that's set in the real world and has more nichijo, oh my god, and is more slice of life, because then you'll most likely hear words that you're actually gonna use, you know, so it makes sense, right? Next, I have a couple volumes of Berserk. I read everything that's available, but I'm still buying the physical copies. I just couldn't wait to have all the money together to buy all of the volumes at once, so I just buy them. I try to buy like 1 or 2 volumes every month or two. And I have to be honest for a sec. I mean, you might know that I love Berserk. It's one of the greatest manga of all time in my opinion. But I have to say, if I just saw the cover, you know, in a store somewhere, it would probably not really spark my interest, because I think the art on the inside looks much better than the cover. And usually it's the other way around, right? Like sometimes you can see an amazing cover and then you open it up and it's just, you know, not as neat or clean or beautiful as you hoped it would be. But with Berserk, I think here it's the exact opposite. Like the covers are usually not that appealing to me personally, but inside it's just crazy good. Like he's such an artist. Love it. And I finally bought Jisatsu. It's by Furuya Usamaru, and I love this author so much. I love his style. I love the mixture of beauty and grotesqueness. Of beauty and the grotesque. I mean, you guys probably all know the story. There's even a movie, so maybe you saw that or read it anyways. There's not much to say about it for now, I think, but it's just, I love this author. Up next, I have something I'm very, very happy and excited about. It's a manga called Warau kyuuketsuki, or The Laughing Vampire. And it's by Maruo Suehiro. And I think him and Furuya are like the masters of their genre, right? They always have like extremely beautifully drawn characters and mix it with this macabre and bizarre imagery. And I hope I can show you something without, you know, YouTube going crazy. And yeah, as you can see, these books are pretty big. I did not think they would be this big, but I thought like maybe, you know, like this, but I'm not complaining at all. And I also got 2 books that have nothing to do with manga. And the first one is, as you guys might know, I love zukan. And this one is about Buddhism. So zukan are illustrated books that teach you about a certain subject, right? And so this one is about Buddhism. It looks like this. It has illustrations like this, and it's targeted towards I guess kids. But it's really a great way to learn, I think. So as you can see, the good thing about zukan is that even beginners can read them because they have kana written next to the kanji, so you can read it even if you can't read kanji. But for clarification, I'm not a Buddhist. I just want to learn about Buddhism, and I think it's a good way to improve vocabulary and learn about a subject. So I really recommend zukan of all kinds. There's a zukan about literally everything. Just you can look it up. And the last book I got, that's also something I'm really excited about. It's about Koben. And Koben is basically like the classical Japanese or like old Japanese. And if you just wanna get to a level where you wanna converse in everyday situations and just wanna focus on stuff like that, you don't have to learn Koben at all. But to me it's interesting. It's like learning Old English, for example, if you're an English native speaker. I love knowing as much as I can about languages that interest me. So of course I had to get a book about this topic. And I guess you can sometimes hear Koben in maybe like a samurai movie or manga or something like that. But yeah, that's just I don't think it's very necessary for people who learn to know this, but yeah, 学ぶ人は変えてゆく人だ. Yeah, I agree. So yeah, that's all I got for this month. I don't buy as much as now each and every single month. Of course, I don't have that kind of money, but I try to buy more so I don't have to I try to buy more volumes at once if I can, because shipping it's not exactly the best for the environment, but what can you do? I can buy Japanese things where I live now, so I can only order them, so yeah. But next week I will be talking about a manga again, and it's a new one. And it's currently serializing in Shonen Jump, so it's gonna be a more well-known. I mean, it's from Jump, so I either do completely obscure things or Shonen Jump, I guess. Is that my niche now? But yeah, that was it for this week. I appreciate you watching and have a great day. I'll see you next week. Bye bye.